Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to zoom that out. That was terrifying. I have not had a good day tech-wise so far. The internet has been down on and off all day, and every time I've tried to achieve anything, I've failed. Anyway, today's video is 20 decent recent sales. Now, normally when I do one of these, I put in a few crap ones to give you the balance, to let you know that it's not all sweetness and light on eBay. But those crap ones usually come from when I've run 99p auctions to clear out stock, and I didn't run any of those in October, so I haven't put those in this time. However, that doesn't mean that all of my sales are at the level I'm about to show you. Obviously, I have a lot of sales which are less than this, and bread and butter, and just pays a bill. So, thought I'd show you a few of the decent ones, so I think I've got 20 decent recent sales for you today. Let's have a look. First then, I'm going to show you this Topshop Burgundy Corduroy Pinafore Dungaree dress. This came in the most recent lot of job lot sacks I got. And normally I wouldn't have got round to listing this by now, but I thought I'd pull my finger out and get it on because of it being a corduroy dress. It's autumn colours. It was an ideal time to sell it. So I put it straight on and it went within days, and it went full asking price of $18.99. And when I took this out of the sacks, this was in a video that I showed you, I think either last week or the week before, that this came out of the sacks. I said at the time, Topshop, not a brand I would normally bother keeping to resell. I would normally move that on, but I'm really glad I did because I said it sold really, really quickly. So $18.99 plus postage for that one. These aren't in any particular order, by the way. They're not in the order I sold them. They're just in the order they popped up on the screen. This is a pair of Dorma Country Diary Honeysuckle Rose curtains. I got these at a car boot sale. I think I paid £2 or £3 for them. And the reason I grabbed them was because I knew what they were, because I'd recently sold mums. I say recently, within the last year I'd sold a pair for mum that were the same pattern, the same design, same maker. So I knew that I could sell them again. I put them on at $39.99 with best offer, and accepted an offer of £30 plus $4.95 postage. So that's another nice one going out. Always worth looking at Dorma curtains, always worth picking up. They're quite expensive to buy new, and they are very in at the moment because of the cottage core, country cottage kind of style vibe that's going on. Next up, this guy came in filler bag, so he is original 1970s vintage handmade emu hand puppet, and he wasn't in bad condition. He looks a bit scraggly lying there, but he was in pretty good condition overall, and I listed him for $17.99. I think I did a little bit of stitching somewhere. Was this the guy I had to stitch up? He had a little bit of hole somewhere. I've bought 3 of these puppets recently. I'm not sure which one I sewed. I don't think it was this guy. But yeah, he sold for $17.99. Again, fairly quickly. He's not been listed very long. Fairly quickly at $17.99 plus post. It would be tempting to dismiss a handmade toy, wouldn't it? You might go, well, who's going to want something that somebody made 40 years ago? But these were massively popular in my childhood in the 70s when Rod Hull and Emu were all over the telly, and we thought they were, you know, they were massive. And I suppose it's a nostalgia thing. Really pleased with this one. This one sold a couple of days ago. It's Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It is a Ted Smart first edition 4th print. So it's not the original first edition of the book. It's the Ted Smart reissue, but it is a Ted Smart first edition 4th print. And I was very lucky that somebody else had sold this exactly one not long ago, and so I was able to kind of glean a lot of information from their listing. It did have fading on the spine, which I showed in my photos. It's always important to show a picture of the ISBN page, I suppose, so that people can see exactly what you're referring to. So and it sold for $49.99. It wasn't listed very long. It's been listed probably a couple of weeks at the most. It sold for $49.99 plus postage. So really, really pleased with that one. Another really nice one. These came in a tin of stuff I bought. A tin of assorted jewellery from a guy at the car boot sale. Not Sunday gone, the one before, I think it was. May have been the one before that, but I think I was on holiday the one before that. Josh and I sat when we went for breakfast, Josh and I sat there rummaging through this tin to see what I bought, and these were in there, and I sent Lex a picture and said, because they said $7.50 on them, I wasn't sure when, she said, yeah, that's 18 carat. So they're 18 carat white gold with amethyst, and I put them on at $49.99, and they sold within a day for £45 plus postage. I hope I didn't underprice them, but I was very pleased to have got 45 quid for them. So even if I did underprice them, even if somebody else got a bargain, so be it. I was pleased with the price I got. The Ikea Drona fabric storage box is a real bolo to look out for in particular patterns. So there's the Caskidston Rosalie pattern, which I've shown you guys before. This one is Yellow Blossom Flower, and this is discontinued a while back. I bought these 4 at the car boot sale back in the summer. Maybe at the beginning of the summer. They'll have been in a car boot sale haul or a Sunday morning show at some point. And I paid, I think, maybe £1 each for them. I don't think I paid very much. And I bought them for my own personal use. I did not realise that they were a desirable pattern. But when Caroline saw them, she was like, oh, they sell really well. So I've been using them for a few months until I could get some more plain ones. And when I got some more plain ones, I took these off my shelves, emptied them out and listed them. And they have gone for $49.99 plus postage. The only drawback of these was that they were too big to go by the InPost lockers, which is the current service I'm using, so I had to take them to the parcel shop. But really easy to package. They just went in two double-ended mail bags. So yeah, $49.99 for those. Very pleased to get that. Another lovely one. This is a collectible Matthew Rice clock box. Matthew Rice was married to Emma Bridgewater. I don't know if they still are. I have no idea whether any of them are still alive, literally. But so a lot of her early designs are his work, and this is a really lovely. It's a cardboard box, but inside there is a lovely little clock, working clock, and it was in really good condition. I got 2 of these little boxes, and I got them in fill a bag, which means they cost me 20p maybe, 10, 20, 30p at the most, because I got them both in fill a bag. I listed this one at $49.99, and it has been listed a while, but I knew that I had gone higher. I knew that I'd gone makeupaprice.com with it. So when an offer came in for £30, I was happy to accept it, and yeah, really chuffed with that. This one came again from the car boot sale not that long ago, within the last 2 months definitely. It's very difficult to be sure of when I bought something because my death pile is so bad that things tend to go in a bag and not get listed straight away. But I know it hasn't been listed long. I may have bought it a couple of months ago, but it's only listed a couple of weeks. It is the definitive Ealing Studios collection. I know I mentioned it in a video because I mentioned that Went the Day Well is my favourite film, and somebody else said that it was also their favourite and they'd never met anyone else who'd ever heard of it. And I listed it at $49.99 with free postage. I tend to do free postage on DVDs because it seems to be the prevailing method in that category, and so that's what people expect. £40, best offer accepted. So again, this was sealed, by the way. I got it in a pile of stuff from Steve the car boot guy. I don't know how much I paid. I think I would have paid maybe £7 to £10 for the little pile of stuff. I'd have to look back through videos to be sure, but either way, it's a huge profit. Huge profit. These trousers I bought in Newport when I went with Josh and Kath Palmer and Lex a few weeks ago. We went to Newport just before we went on holiday, I think it was. And these were strange trousers because I saw them, thought that label looks unusual, didn't buy them, came out of the shop, stood outside chatting to Lex and said, have you ever heard of this? And she said no. And we looked it up and I went back in to get them when I saw what they go for. Their name is Lourdes Begarda, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. They're a Spanish maker, I think, and they're a balloon style trousers. So they're very much like Hosco or something like that. I listed them at $69.99 with best offer. Again, makeupaprice.com, try your luck, and accepted a best offer of £50. I paid £1 for those. Really chuffed. How many times have I said really chuffed? If you're drinking every time I say really chuffed, you're probably on the floor by now. These, again, came in a little tin box of stuff. There was a house on the corner of the road nearby that was having a garden sale. It was funny because when Nick and Andrea came for my birthday in July, we were all meeting at the pub and they were a little bit delayed getting there. When they arrived, they said, oh, we stopped at a garden sale. And I said, we don't have those. How do you guys do this? How is it everywhere you go you find a yard sale? I said, we don't have that. I never see a yard sale. And they told me where it was, but I'd missed it, obviously. And then I drove past a few weeks later and there was a sign up in the garden saying the dates that they were going to be having it again. And so this particular day I popped round and they had a little tin of assorted badges and jewels, costume jewellery and stuff like that. It was a shoebox. It wasn't a tin, it was a shoebox. I paid £3 for the box. In the box was a gold chain weighing, I think, about 4 or 5 grams. So that was nice. A broken gold chain, but gold is gold. And then there were also an awful lot of these football pin badges. So I've got 5 Bristol Rovers ones here, and I've also got 5 Chelsea ones that are also listed. I think it's Chelsea. Pretty sure it's Chelsea. These sold within 2 days of being listed. They obviously went to a local buyer because they're Bristol Rovers, so they went somewhere nearby. And they sold for £14.99 with £2.25 postage. So that was a nice one. And the silly thing is that I would have dismissed them. I would probably have chucked them in the bin because I was like, oh, who wants old pin badges? I don't know anything, do I? This one has sold amazingly, despite the fact that I managed to put the worst photo possible onto the lead photo. I quite often take a blurry photo by mistake, and I usually delete that one and don't upload it to the listing, but somehow this one hit the listing. This coat came from Newport again. I paid £6.99 for it. Let's put a clearer picture on the screen so you guys can see. It is Bowden pea green velvet velour coat with a spotty lining. And yeah, like I said, it's sold despite the fact that my lead photo is abysmal. But that sold for £44.99 plus post. That went at full price, didn't go on best offer. £44.99 plus £4.95 postage, and I paid £6.99 for that one. I paid £1 for this anchor counted cross stitch kit at the car boot sale again. This is Robins, Floral Robins it's called. And it has sold for £19.99 plus post, so these are definitely always worth looking out for. I've even sold in the past partly done ones that somebody has started and not finished, so don't dismiss it just because somebody's begun it. Now these would normally have sold for a lot more. Some of you will be looking at the price that I got for these and thought that's very low, because I think you can normally get £12 to £14 per plate for these. They are ironstone beefeater plates, and I got £14 for the 3. I paid £1 for the 3. So it's a house clearance guy at the car boot sale, and I picked them up and looked at them, and I was only going to buy this one here and this one because this one was in such poor condition. And he said, oh, it's, you know, they're 3 for £1, and I thought, well, I might as well have all 3 then. So I listed them, but obviously I did put in the listing that one was, you know, discoloured, and I was happy to take they were quite scratched, they were not in the best condition. I was quite happy to take £14 on my £1 outlay, but if you get these and they are in better condition, you can definitely get a much higher price for these than that. Another emu. So I've had 3 come through my hands recently, and I've still got one. This is the second one that sold. This one was a blue one, and he has gone, he was larger than the other one. The other one went for £17.99. This one's bigger. He's gone for £24.99 plus post. So there's someone out there playing with an emu as we speak. Another nice sale is this For Real Friends Lulu cat. I did not know, I've sold a couple of these in the past, I didn't know when I sold the others, that apparently people buy these for dementia sufferers. It's a soothing thing for them. This is an interactive electronic toy, and it meows and it purrs and kind of moves its head or whatever. And apparently it's great for dementia patients. They are able to interact with it and kind of bond with it. It sold for £46.99. It was in good working order. I had to clean the battery compartment out and get new batteries to test it, but once I'd done all that, she worked fine, and she sold for £46.99 with £4.95 post. I paid, I think, £2. It may have been £1. I know it wasn't very much. I think it might have been £1. She'd been sitting in my death pile for quite a long time waiting to be listed because of needing to have her battery compartment cleaned. I put it off, but when I finally did it, she sold quite quickly. I paid £5 for these vintage style Kellogg's bowls at the car boot about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'd noticed them several weeks running. The lady had them marked at £10, and I looked at them and I thought, I don't want to pay £10. And I looked at them again this week, and she said, oh, I'm open to offers, before I'd even said. I said, I couldn't do more than 5. She said, 5's fine. So I got them for 5 and sold them for £29.99 plus £4.95 postage. They are brand new. They still had the packaging on, completely unused. This one was a lovely one. I was very pleased when this sale came in. This is a Sahara balloon style dress. I bought it at the summer car boot sale at Trench. It was a nice lady selling it. It was the same one when I bought the big metal shelf that I absolutely didn't need, which is now up on my bedroom wall. She was selling quite a lot of nice clothes, and she wanted £5 each, and I picked up 3 things and we agreed 12. So I paid £4 for this one. A Sahara abstract design balloon dress sold for £44.99 plus £3.85 postage. So definitely worth looking out for Sahara dresses. I think the style helped with this one. The fact that it's a balloon dress probably helped it go as well. They do a lot of linen Sahara. This one wasn't linen, but they do a lot of linen stuff. I was quite pleased with this one because it's only I can never decide whether to pronounce it Shein or Shine or Shane or whatever. Anyway, I think it's pronounced Shein. It is a 3-piece waffle knit loungewear set. I paid £1. for the 3 pieces altogether, and it's been listed a little while, and I kind of thought, have I aimed a bit too high? But it's really nice. It felt lovely. It was a lovely soft material, so I thought it was worth it. Now, that's not a brand that you might particularly think, oh, that's definitely worth picking up, because they're kind of a budget brand, aren't they? But I was really pleased to get £17.99 plus postage for that. Quite pleased. It took a while to go, but it has gone. Always pick these up if I see them. They are Remington Hair Envy heated flexi curlers. They're just kind of like twisty things that I've tried using them and failed horribly in the past. I'm no good at curls. We've established that. But I always pick them up if I see them. You need to check that there's enough in there. I think it's 16 in a full set. It might be. I'm pretty sure it's 16. But you need to count and make sure there's the right number in there. It's not that they won't sell if there's one missing, but obviously if they're not all there, you want to be able to declare that. I sold these for £17.50. I had them on at £19.99, and I sold them for £17.50 on a best offer plus postage. And the last one is my Russian Leaders Nesting Stacking Matroyshka dolls. These came from the charity shop, the Salvation Army charity shop up the road. I think I paid £3.99. I'm not 100%, I may have paid £4.99. I know that I was slightly disappointed when I got them home because I thought they were going to be worth more than they actually were. But I was quite happy when I got £19.99 plus postage for them. I still haven't worked out. Obviously, that one there is Gorbachev because he's got the birthmark. This is Putin, I think. But it says on the front, Porchi? I don't know. Perhaps that's his nickname. I don't know. But surely that's Putin, isn't it? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Gorbachev down there. I must admit, I'm not really up on my Russian leaders. It's not my field of expertise. That's it. That is my 20 recent sales. Like I said, I haven't put any duds in, but that doesn't mean there haven't been any. There's been plenty of duds. There always are. I don't always get it right. So one of the things that people have asked me more than once is, how do you know what to buy? And mostly what I buy is stuff I've sold before. So looking through at what we've just done, the Russian dolls I know I've sold before. The Sahara brand clothing I know I've sold before. Puppets, I know I can sell puppets. They always sell well. Most of it is experience. There's no genius involved in reselling. It is trial and error a lot of the time. And sometimes it's a case of, if it's a brand that I wouldn't be able to afford to buy, then I know it's worth picking up. You know, if I wouldn't walk into their store in the mall and buy stuff, then I know that it's expensive. But a lot of it is trial and error. Sold it in the past, know I can sell it again. But as a general rule, if it's quirky or unusual, it's probably going to sell. And if it's cheap enough, it's worth taking a punt on. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye for now.